Last week, The Hollywood Reporter sent comic fans' heads spinning when it broke the news that Jamie Foxx was going to resurrect his MCU character Electro. The Oscar award-winning actor then confirmed the news on an Instagram post he quickly took down. But what are all these rumors about, and what could it mean for the future of the MCU? Let's take a look. Back in 2014, Jamie Foxx appeared alongside Andrew Garfield in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which critics did not enjoy. In this case, however, not everybody is a critic, since Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige reportedly loved both Electro and Foxx. In a leaked email from Feige in 2013, in which he gave Sony producers notes on the film, he said, "Really love Electro. Feels like you may not need the scene in the apartment," which makes him seem completely crazy and hard to relate to. Sure, that scene and plenty others, Kevin. But at the same time, neither Feige nor Marvel Studios had much say in what happened in any of the Spider-Man movies, because the film rights were completely owned by Sony Pictures. However, all that changed when Sony partnered with Marvel to produce Spider-Man movies back in 2015, and boy are we glad they did. Since then, the MCU under Kevin Feige's leadership has hit the mark with fans pretty much every time, including when fans reportedly gasped and cheered in movie theaters when they saw J.K. Simmons return as John Jonah Jameson in an after-credits scene in Spider-Man Far From Home. Feige seems to have a knack for this kind of connection with what fans want, so he might well have hit the nail on the head again with Electro. Electro, or Max Dillon as he's otherwise known, was created by Marvel legends Stan Lee and Steve Ditko for the Amazing Spider-Man comic back in 1964. Since then, he has been one of Spider-Man's most common returning enemies. In the 2014 film, Dillon is an electrical engineer at Oscorp who got his powers when he accidentally fell into a tank of genetically engineered electric eels. Although this gave him the power to generate and control massive amounts of electricity, the accident also sent him mad. Over the course of the film, Dillon goes from being incredibly grateful to Spider-Man for saving his life to being willing to murder Spidey because he wanted to steal his thunder. Anyway, Marvel are still keeping pretty silent about the details of their plans for Electro, so nobody knows whether he'll get rebooted or just continue from where we left off. That doesn't stop people speculating though, and the words on everyone's lips at the moment are Sinister Six. Electro was one of the founding members of this motley crew of Spider-Man's enemies, and fans have been getting pretty excited about the prospect of seeing them together on screen for two main reasons. Firstly, because Sony announced their hopes of bringing the Sinister Six to the Spideyverse years ago, and secondly, because we've seen two of the founding members in movies already. Alfred Molina played Otto Octavius, aka Dr. Octopus, way back in 2004's Spider-Man 2, and Jake Gyllenhaal did a fantastic job of bringing Mysterio to life in Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, it's unlikely they'll be bringing back Alfred Molina, but if the rumors about Electro are true, then there's a good chance we might get to see the return of Doc Ock, Vulture, Sandman, and Kraven the Hunter in the near future. Well, not exactly the near future. The so far untitled third Spider-Man film is supposed to be hitting the theaters on December 17th, 2021. However, pandemic delays are coming in thick and fast, so we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed we won't have to wait too much longer. Jamie Foxx did give us one thing to hope for though. In his deleted Instagram post, he wrote, "And I won't be blue in this one, but 1000% badass." What are your thoughts about the return of Electro and the chances of seeing the Sinister Six in the MCU soon? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Show Geek for more stories from TV, movies, and all your other favorite nerdy content.